Hello, and welcome to Round Glass. My name is Lisa Kring, and I'm a licensed clinical social worker and a senior mindfulness meditation teacher and a long-time committed practitioner of Vipassana Buddhism. And I'm so honored to be your mindful guide right now, supporting the practice of nurturing your sense of belonging. Belonging is foundational to well-being in this life. And before we move into the meditation and the guidance, just really reflecting a bit and wondering, do you know the experience of what it's like to truly belong? To truly belong just as you are. I think if we're honest, we're all deeply yearning for belonging. And this is an experience of deep connection, of safety, and acceptance. From a mindfulness perspective, belonging is always here and always, always available. That may be surprising to hear. It's always available and always here when we can simply become mindfully embodied in any moment and connect to this living body, connect to this earth, this breath, this heart, and actually feel and discover the truth that we are always belonging. We're always connected deeply into the flow of life, like right now. In reality, we're never alone, never truly separate. From a Buddhist perspective, this could be considered a kind of delusion, this delusion of separateness that we're all conditioned to believe, especially in the West. The truth is that we're deeply connected into this flow that is called life in every moment. So I'm so happy to invite you now to join me in this river of belonging. I invite you to join this river, already here, as a felt experience, so that you too can know for yourself the truth of deep interconnectivity and connection, nurturing a sense of belonging right now. So let's begin where we already are. The body is already here. So let's take a moment to settle into a posture that feels really quite stable and present and supported. Make sure that you take some time to just settle into a posture that feels relaxed and connected and stable, close to the earth. I, of course, am sitting with my legs crossed, very close to the floor. If this is not right for you for any reason, do not feel obligated to replicate this in any way. But do see if you can find a posture that feels very grounded and connected. This will be part of what we'll be feeling into as part of the experience of belonging. Perhaps you'd like to lay down on the floor so that you can feel the whole bottom half of the body connected, resting, supported by the earth. So whatever feels best for you, I give you just a minute to connect to this body, to really feel this body. You can even put one or both hands anywhere on the body as a gesture of connection. And I invite you to sit back and rest and discover the truth of belonging. Simply allow the body to lead and allow the body to bring you home naturally, effortlessly, The body is already here. The body, in truth, is an expression of the natural world, part of the natural world, an expression of the natural world. So see if you can simply begin to feel into this body and simply allow yourself to feel all that feels connected and alive in this body right now. Simply allow all other experiences, such as the activity of the mind, the chatter of the mind, the stories of the mind. Let that very gently move into the background. Not a problem at all. Simply not the main focus right now. And see if you can just allow all of that to be background noise. And gently invite and allow this warm aliveness that we call the body. Let it gently move into the foreground and simply feel what feels alive in this body right now. Feel into the warmth of the body. You can even feel the warm beating heart, and it's lovely to place one or both hands directly on the chest and to literally hold this heart, this warm, alive, beating heart. And as you do, you can feel into the goodness of this heart that brought you here, that wants the very best for you, that knows that you belong right now, without a doubt. Feel into the goodness of this heart and let that bring you into alignment with an intention for belonging. Natural, always available, when we can get out of our own way and simply feel the truth of our direct experience, just as it truly is. You may want to offer a phrase to yourself to set this intention. May I know that I am deeply connected and part of life, right now and in every moment. As you come into deep connection with this living experience of the body, in order to deepen the experience of belonging as a felt sense in real time, let's literally come to our senses. We're learning in this practice of belonging to feel more and to think a bit less. Take a moment to rest in the experience of simply hearing. allowing this quality of awareness that can bring us home into true belonging. Allow it to gently rest at the opening of the ears. And sit back for a moment. And simply listen with the whole body. The orchestra of this moment. Simply receiving sound and becoming one with that flow of sound. There's nothing you have to do or make happen. Excuse me. That sound of me clearing my throat. Just letting it rise and pass away. Just sound. Always flowing. See what it's like to simply rest in the river of sound as sensations. And let it bring you into a flow of connection all around, always flowing. Also resting in moments of stillness, of silence, becoming one with that stillness. As a mysterious experience of belonging. Right now. Rest in this surround sound called life. Just letting it be a kind of music. Letting go of preferences. Letting go of right or wrong or good and bad. Simply joining the flow, just as it is. Just sound. If sound feels very supportive to the felt sense of belonging, you can rest in that. Always here. But if you like, you can allow the awareness to shift from the flow of sound to the direct experience of touch. Allowing the awareness to spread into the skin, the organ covering the entire body. And perhaps acknowledging that in every moment we are being touched. Feeling into those areas of the skin that are covered by clothing. And simply resting in the experience of those sensations against the skin, bringing us into direct connection with softness, warmth, protection. And perhaps also opening to the felt sense of the areas of the skin that are exposed. And perhaps feeling the gentle caress of the air, the temperature of the room, feeling the warmth or the coolness. Also feeling areas of the skin, such as the hands, that may be touching other parts of the body. And for a moment, just rest in that experience of touch. To continue to deepen the experience of belonging as a nurturing, healing practice. From this practice, or sensing into touch, deepening that experience by now dropping down into the base of the body. And gently and naturally, simply feeling how the body in this moment is literally cradled and held completely by the earth. Feel into the earth's presence and how it's supporting you, holding you, literally cradling the body right now. And surrender to gravity. Surrender to its embrace. And allow yourself to be just completely held. If it's helpful, you can literally place your hand, if you're able, directly onto the ground, onto the earth, and to feel the earth as your witness. Let it break the spell of separation. And come into union with the truth of belonging with this earth. remain anchored in the body. Allow the awareness to rest in this body as this body rests on the earth. And know that in this moment, you are home, always belonging, just as you are, just as you really are. As you gently rest in this body, as this body rests on the earth, feeling also the truth, the radical truth, that in this moment we are all resting on this earth together. No matter where we are from, in spite of any perceived differences, that we're all in this moment resting, held, and supported by this earth together. As you rest in this natural reality of belonging to any degree, for the final phase of this practice, in continued support, see if it's helpful to simply receive the flow of the breath, and once again to simply feel and rest in its flow. Always here and always, always flowing in your direction. On days that you feel blessed, but also on days that are challenging, always here, just like the earth. Always, always belonging. And simply allow the gentle, natural flow of the breath, always flowing, always present, without any effort on your part whatsoever. To simply sit back and receive this breath of life. To let it nourish and support you. To allow it to be a profound connector into felt belonging. Allow the breath to nurture you in belonging, caressing and bathing the body with every breath. Simply resting and rocking in its natural rhythm and flow. Let the breath do all of the work for you. Let it bring you home with this breath right now. Can you feel it? Let it connect you to life. And as you breathe in belonging. Let it flow throughout your whole being, as rich and nourishing as oxygen. Breathing in belonging, drinking it in, literally drinking it in as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, allowing the breath to be a deep connector. Breathing out, a sense of belonging to all that is around you. The breath is like an ocean connecting us all. Connecting us to all the plants and animals in the natural world. Continue to gently breathe in belonging, like nourishment, like food. And notice how it feels to rest in deep connection with every breath. In this breathing body resting on the earth. Deeply connected and alive. And notice perhaps the nourishment, the healing of this truth of belonging throughout your body, your heart, your mind. Let it nourish you, the truth. And whenever the mind wanders away from this radical truth, to let this next breath bring you back into the flow of true belonging. In these last few minutes of this practice, just taking a moment to reflect and to really feel into what the experience of this was like for you. Did you feel moments of true natural belonging, as natural as this breath, as natural as the earth beneath us, as natural as our senses, always receiving the truth when we can become mindfully aware and present? Simply receiving the truth with every breath. As we come to the end of this practice, I'll ring the prayer bowl just a few times. Allow the sound of the bowl to be part of the experience. Allow the sound of the bowl to continue to support this experience of connection. Feel free to open your eyes and stretch and move the body a bit without losing touch with the truth of our body as a direct manifestation of nature, of life itself, of which we are always a part of. I want to thank you so much and give yourself a lot of credit for taking this time to show up in this way, restoring balance and calm and deep connection by nurturing belonging. May you always know in every moment that you truly, deeply belong. Inviting you also to follow me on my profile to practice this session again if you really felt that it was supportive and important and beneficial. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next when I go live on Round Glass. So for now, goodbye and be well.